Hi, Niranjan here, and today in this video we are speaking on three-dimensional obturation, that is a warm gada pocha technique. As we all are aware that endodontics is our daily bread and butter when it comes to our daily dental practice, and a lot of this endodontic treatment definitely involves shaping of the canals, where we are actually debriding all the root canals. We are taking out the bacteria, their byproducts, etc. From the root canal itself. Now, research has shown us a lot in detail that these kind of root canals are definitely not the perfect circular or perfect round in shape. They are somewhere around oval or maybe a dumbbell shape, etc. So definitely shaping such kind of canals is always a major challenge. We are not covering the shaping of the root canals in this video. We would be making a separate video at a later part of the date, but today what we are trying to emphasize and demonstrate here is the three-dimensional technique. Now this three-dimensional technique is the only technique which, after shaping your root canal, is going to seal the canal space close to 100%. Yes, so whatever be the canal shape, whether it is oval, whether it is round, whether it is dumbbell shape or any other shape, or maybe for that matter even the lateral canals, all of them are going to be obturated close to 100% with the 3D obturation or warm gada pocha obturation technique. Now, a major part of this technique definitely involves one of the investment that you need to make, and that is the 3D obturation pen and a 3D obturation gun. Now, these two entities, like most of the companies, they make it together as one single unit. On the contrary, you can definitely buy these two equipments separately also from the same companies. Now, the 3D obturation pen and the 3D obturation gun, as I've already mentioned, that they are one single unit. So I need my 3D obturation pen to do a down pack. So basically in down pack, what we are doing is we are simultaneously removing the gada pocha that is there in the coronal and the middle third, while the apical third gada pocha remains as it is in a softened manner. So this softened gada pocha, I would be adapting it to the remainder canal space, which we'll be demonstrating at the later part of this video. And with the obturation gun is nothing but a gun which utilizes or it has gada pocha which gets melted inside, and the gada pocha turns it into a molten form, and this gada pocha is extruded out of the gun, and we pack this extruded gada pocha, which is soft in manner, in small increments inside the canal space and obturate the middle third and the coronal third of the canal. So the obturation pen and the obturation gun, these two units cumulatively make one single unit, and this is one major investment that you need to make when it comes to three-dimensional obturations. Now, coming to the price of this particular unit, yes, there is definitely a high price on this particular unit. Like roughly you would say I had invested around near about 1 lakh or so, or maybe a little bit more than that. But what I would like to point out here is that this investment is only one time. Yes friends, this investment is only to be made one time, and the running cost for this three-dimensional obturation is very negligible. Now, coming to the second requirement of this 3D obturation technique is pluggers. Now when it comes to pluggers, there is not a single company pluggers that will do obturations for all of your cases, but rather I would suggest that you buy pluggers of different companies, because again these pluggers are one-time investments, and each and every canal space has some or the other diameters or the thicknesses, the length, etc. Therefore each and every pluggers has different thicknesses and diameters and the tip size, and eventually if one of the pluggers, maybe it was not useful for you in a particular case, maybe it will be useful for you in some other case. So therefore what I would recommend is you buy different set of pluggers from different companies. Coming to the third important material here is the gada pocha. Now in the market there are two kinds of gada pocha, that is the standardized gada pocha and the non-standardized gada pocha. Now when it comes to 3D obturation, the non-standardized gada pocha have to be used. They are not available in tip sizes as we have in a standardized gada pocha, that is 20, 25, 30, etc., and they are also not available in different tapers. In fact, they are available in different thicknesses, that is medium, medium fine, and so on. But in my experience, this 3D obturation can also be performed with a standardized gada pocha. However, it is recommended, and it is my personal recommendation also, that you always use the non-standardized gada pocha. Yes, because it is more softer, it has the heat transmission more better, and you will get a more better filling as compared to your standardized gada pocha. Now apart from this, the last main requirement for any 3D obturation is having a very good resin sealer. Yes, so a resin sealer, a pure resin sealer which has very good flowing ability, is going to fill all the small nooks and corners, the lateral canals, the apical deltas, etc. So having a very good resin sealer which has a very good flow is another important requirement. Before we actually start with a clinical case, a major important aspect here is rubber dam isolations. Yes, rubber dam isolation will give you a better visibility, it will give you more predictable result. Now how to perform a posterior quadrant isolation, I have made a video, the link of which I would be mentioning it in the comment section. Please do check out. With all of this, let's jump on to an actual clinical case and let's understand in depth as to how is 3D obturation done. This is a case of a mandibular premolar where the canal is acutely curved in the apical third. Now we have already shaped this canal, and now let's move on to the 3D obturation phase. Now when it comes to coating of the canal with the sealer, it is definitely not necessary to use a lentilus spiral. In fact, the same master cone gada pocha, small amount of sealer can be taken into the apical third and the canal can be coated with the sealer. Now, a common error that can actually happen is that when the canal space is too wide and the master cone is too small, then while doing the down pack technique, there is a possibility that the master cone might come out entirely, even the apical third. Therefore, to tackle this situation, after the master cone has been placed inside the canal, you may place one or two accessory cone so that there is a good amount of grip while doing the down pack. The first phase of any three-dimensional obturation is the down pack. Now before starting with the down pack, it is necessary that we shear the excess gada pocha that is coming out of the orifice. Now this heated gada pocha is to be packed with my pluggers. Now when it comes to down pack, we are removing the gada pocha from the coronal and the middle third. Now to precisely measure this length, we need to go to our working length reading. So for example, if the length of my entire canal is 18 millimeters, then I need to understand that if I'm dividing the root canal into three parts, that is 6 millimeters, 6 millimeters and 6 millimeters, then I know that 12 millimeters is the length till which I would be taking my obturation pen. So as you can see here, I have marked it with my rubber stopper. So I switch on the heating element, I go till 12 millimeters and once I reach 12 millimeters, I switch off the heating element. At this moment, I give some kind of wiggly movement. Then again, I switch on the heating element, and whatever gada pocha mass is there in the coronal and the middle third, now it comes out of the canal. Now once this gada pocha mass is out of the canal, that is the coronal third and the middle third is now empty, the apical third is now in a softened state. The gada pocha which is there in the apical third is now in a softened state. Therefore, with the help of pluggers, it is necessary that we pack the gada pocha properly and we condense it and adapt it to the rest of the canal. Now this brings us to the second phase of the three-dimensional
obturation, that is the backfill. Now when it comes to backfill, we are filling the entire remainder root canal, that is the middle third and the coronal third, with the flowable gadapacha. As you can see, gadapacha is being extruded out of this gun in small increments, and these small increments are now packed to the rest of the canal space. So as similarly as we do it in composites, where we are placing small increments and then we are adapting it to rest of the canals, similar is the case here. We are packing small increments and then these increments are then getting adapted to remainder of the canal. Therefore this apical pressure that we are applying with these pluggers has the ability to adapt the molten gadapacha to any kind of canal configuration, be it oval, be it dumbbell shape, be it round, etc. Therefore, as you can see in this case, the canal configuration was oval, and this will bring us the perfect adaptation to the entire canal configuration. As you can see here in the post-operative radiograph, the entire canal space has been filled properly, and not only that, the sharp acute curvatures that was present in the apical third has also been uh, obturated well.
Like this video, please do hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon, so tomorrow when I make a new video you will receive all the notifications. Thank you. See you again.